Hiya. Before we start, let's listen to two versions of the same chord progression. And now this. Same chords, same instruments. The only difference is how the notes move between the chords. And that small change is the difference between writing string music that sounds a bit like MIDI blocks stacked on top of each other in a DAW and something that actually sounds like a string section playing music. That thing is called voice leading. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 simple rules so you can start using voice leading straight away. It's one of the fastest ways to make your cinematic string writing sound much more natural. Let's dive in. So what on earth is voice leading? It is simply how individual musical lines move from one chord to the next. Instead of thinking about chords as blocks, we think about them as separate voices moving horizontally. In a string section, that usually means violins 1, violins 2, violas and cello. The bass may be doubled below the cello as well. Each of the instruments plays its own melodic lines, even if it's subtle. When composers ignore this, the parts tend to feel like they are jumping around. But when voice leading is good, the parts move smoothly, often by just 1 or 2 notes at a time. This is one of the biggest reasons that professional orchestral writing sounds natural and emotional. In the top example there, you can see the blocky example where it's as if you had written the chords on the piano and literally moved everything stepwise at the same time. But in the lower example with voice leading, you can see we actually look for similar tones between the chords. Okay, let's get on to the rules. Here's the single most important rule for voice leading. Keep notes that can stay the same. So let's look at an example on the keyboard down here. If we've got C major and A minor, we've got C, E and G for C major, and for A minor, we've got A, C and E. You will notice that there are 2 shared notes, the C and the E. So a beginner might rewrite the whole chord for each instrument, but a film composer will hold those shared tones. So instead of doing that, lifting and releasing and then playing the A minor, what a film composer will do is play the C and the E, keep holding them, but move the G at the top to the A. Now the progression suddenly sounds more smooth and connected, and that tiny trick alone is going to instantly improve your string writing. The second rule is move by the shortest distance possible. So let's take that example again and apply that rule. So we've got the C major and we've got A minor. Just now we moved the G from the top of the C chord to the bottom of the A chord. So we held the C and the E, moved the G to the A. Now it would be better if we started on that lower G to make up the C chord. So we've got the inversion of C with G at the bottom, but now to get to the A minor, we just move that G up to the A. So that's sounding smoother already because we're applying that second rule of moving by the smallest distance. So instead of jumping around with new chord positions, we find the closest notes that we can. So every voice moves 1 step or not at all, and that's what we call smooth voice leading. And it's exactly the kind of movement that makes cinematic writing feel fluid and emotional. And the third thing you'll want to do is avoid too much parallel motion. Now, sometimes this will feel natural. So for example, F major going to G major, everything moves up by a tone as you move between those two chords. And sometimes, okay, you might want that to work, but have you considered slightly ignoring the second rule of moving by the smallest amount possible? Maybe this time you go from this F major to that inversion of G major. So we're sort of bringing in the third rule and tweaking with ignoring the second rule. Alternatively, you could start on that inversion of F with A at the bottom and move to the regular G chord. So playing around with these rules is part of the fun of coming up with these voice-led transitions that we're coming up with. So some voices move up, some move down, some stay the same. It creates independence between the parts, and that's what makes it sound so much richer. And film composers use this technique in their string arrangements all the time. Okay, let's apply this to a really common cinematic progression that you heard at the beginning, and that was D minor, B flat, F and C. If you were writing this in block chords, you might do a D minor there, then a B flat, then an F, then a C. Applying these rules where we try and find common tones and move the least distance possible, let's think about the first three instruments, so violins 1, 2 and the violas. If we start here, we could move to the B flat there, and that would be a small move. How about if we start on that inversion of D though, or D minor? All we have to do then is move this A to the B flat. And the good thing there is we are now very close to the F because we only need to move the top two notes down while holding onto the F. So we've now got. Now we need to get to the C. What's the shortest, easiest route to get there? Well, we keep the C at the top and move the F and the A down to the E and the G. So now we've got this. Now you can think about the cello that you might want to go underneath. You don't have to stick to the root of the note. And for example, we could slightly ignore that second rule of a little jump. So the first thing we're going to do is go from the D down to the B flat, but we're not going to follow the bass line of the F and the C. We're going to use the A from the F and the G from the C. So now we'll have this. So the important thing to notice here is many notes stay the same. Most movement is stepwise, and each part feels a bit like a melody, and that's what gives the cinematic flowing feeling that we're after. So here's a simple workflow for you. Write your chord progression to start with, then look for shared tones, then think about stepwise movement and minimal jumps between notes. Those are the key parts to effective voice leading. And you'll hear it in everything from classical orchestration to modern film scoring. Okay, here's a bonus pro tip, which is really easy. And it simply is, can you hum it? If the part jumps around awkwardly, it's probably not great voice leading. But if you can hum it, it's almost always going to sound more musical, even in big cinematic chords. To recap, good voice leading simply means keeping shared notes where possible, make each voice move the smallest distance, avoid too much parallel motion, and think in horizontal lines, not vertical block chords. If you start writing strings this way, your music is immediately going to sound more cinematic and professional. If this helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. That is always appreciated for more film scoring and composition tutorials. See you in the next one.